Hello, beautiful people. Honest Am here, the creator of the Honesty Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards people who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another monthly empowerment read where we use the tarot to become the alchemists of our lives. A little bit about me. I do not just use the tarot. I use God and cusses in the same sentence, and I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop Charlemagne the God, it will not stop me. This reading is for Pisces. All right, angel number 25. God, what messages do you have for Pisces to become the alchemists of their lives, to help bring heaven on earth, or just to do magic magic in public? God, what obstacles, blocks, or potential manifestations may be on the way for our Pisces here in the month of January? What advice do you have for them to overcome any of these potential blocks? If any of their guardian angels, ancestors are being the light to come in, know that I'm a clear and open vessel, brings the light only. Angel number 47. Ashe. Guys, make sure you check out the description box below. There's always additional messages, angel numbers, as well as information about booking me and honestlysis.com. All right. Woohoo. So Pisces. So Pisces, this month is all about you. This month is going to be about insecurity. And insecurity, as we can see, this is a man standing here with kind of like, it's like his heart. He's like kind of putting his hand to his heart as though he's like clutching his chest. And then we see a little devil down here at the bottom. And so I feel like what this is saying, and also underneath this is grief. So the grief card is dealing with the heart chakra. And so I feel like God is asking you this month to think about the things that you take to heart. Think about the things that could be potentially ruining your foundation. We know that this heart chakra, this is the red chakra. So it's all about the root. It's all about like starting our foundation. And so what are some of those things that have happened in your childhood that have kind of just been ingrained in you, that is kind of like stopping you, that's kind of like blocking you from really truly living the life of your dreams? This green chakra is grief, and is dealing with it's grief and is dealing with the heart. And so as I was saying, it's a two-part. It's like, what things are blocking your foundation, and then also what things are you taking to heart that you're not properly grieving? So often we look at our life, and when things doesn't go the way that we want it to go, we automatically say, oh, why is God doing this to me? Or why is this happening to us? But we don't realize that the world is nothing but our mirror. So which means if something is coming up in your life that you don't like, it's really on you to kind of dig within yourself and to ask yourself, like, what is this situation trying to tell me? Like, what is this trying to teach me? I remember when I was a mentor for this organization, and I was around like all of these little girls, and I was like just feeling this feeling, and it was honestly like, it was like this little feeling of insecurity. But what it really made me remember was that there was just some things from my childhood. You know what it was? I realized that I had stopped dreaming. I realized that being around those girls, because they were 12th grade, I don't want to call them girls, those young ladies, being around those young ladies that were just at the beginning of their career. They were such big dreamers, and they were just so full of personality and life, and just being around them really made me remember. It triggered this insecurity in me, but it triggered this insecurity because it made me remember that I stopped dreaming. I used to dream so big, and I had all of these things I wanted to accomplish and places I wanted to go, and then a little bit over time I just stopped. Like, I don't know what happened. Like, I just stopped being so ambitious, and I just tried to do what I thought was the right thing to do. And so I feel like at this time, God is starting to ask you, like, what are you feeling right now? Like, what is making you feel insecure? And it's not, yeah, what's making you feel insecure, and why is it making you feel insecure? What feeling is it triggering? Or what thing is it trying to bring you up to let you resolve it? The purpose of our emotions, the purpose for triggers is for us to transmute that pain. And so I feel like this month, God is really asking you to think about what are those things from your past that is holding you back from being your best self. But don't take my word for it. We're actually going to get some more guidance on these messages before we move forward. And so, as I was saying, the red card is all about letting your intuition be your guide. And so, let's look and see what we have about insecurity. Energy turned within can lead to fear and stagnation. Courage is necessary if you are to be fearless and move forward. This is a message to grow up inside and into a greater energy and to invoke courage from the angels to progress, which was exactly what I was saying. Like, what is holding us back? And we got to remember, like, what is those dreams that we always had as a little kid, and why did we stop thinking about those? Angel number 511. The greatest adversity is the one living inside of me. Bob is an inventor and yet never finishes anything, always giving up on his projects, convinced they are useless. One day he finishes something and is elated until a demon appears, taunting him. The demon red rainbow is comprised of our greatest fears. In a dream, Bob discovers that he can distinguish between real and imagined fears. The demon red rainbow can no longer stop him from realizing his dreams. Miraculous changes lie ahead. Life always takes a turn for the better when we face our demons. Stay on course. Trust that an ally will appear. The gift of adversity is given without the ability. The gift of adversity is never given without the ability to overcome it. Do I listen to my fear? How can I tap into my courage? And so if something is coming up this month that is just making you feel, making you second guess yourself, or making you feel like, oh, I'm going in the wrong direction, I feel like what God is saying is, do not allow fear to rule your life, but really to overcome it, face it, realize that it is not true, so that you can overcome it and get to the life that is for you. All right, let's read about grief. Pickle represents the strength of character inherent in true love. This card creates a deep caring and an ability to heal and love again. However deep the pain or hard the challenges you face, troubled times denote smooth sailing ahead. So if what God is saying, if things have not been going well, or if you feel like you've just been having obstacle after obstacle, God is saying these obstacles have not been coming up to stop you or make you feel like you're less than. No, these obstacles are actually here to just see how bad do you want it. Everything that happens in our life, and I've learned this, and you're probably going to hear this on the channel 1,000 times. It's just simply asking us who we are. So if something is coming up that's making you feel insecure, God is saying, don't allow fear to lead. Don't allow that to overwhelm you, but to look it in the eye and to define who you are. Pickle. Grief is love without a place to go. Penelope meets Pickle, the puppy, when she is in college. They go through everything together. When the day comes much later for Mother Earth to call Pickle home, he dies in Penelope's arms. Her friends are hard on her, suggesting that she just get over her pet's death. Penelope knows she loved Pickle deeply and is simply in grief. Loving Pickle was worth every moment of sadness. When she is ready, she will love again. Pickle and Penelope. Penelope and Pickle reminds us that what we reveal, we can heal. Give yourself time. You will love again. If you honor your pain, it will change your life. What was I just saying? All of it is here just to transmute it. God says, what is lingering? Is lingering grief preventing you from progressing forward? What can I see in my heart? And so God is asking you, what's going on in your life right now? What's currently holding you back from being the best you? Like, are you still, looking at yourself through those eyes of your, 16-year-old self? Do you still feel like you're not worthy of love and worthy of having friends and worthy of going after your dreams? Is there a need for you to, die to your old self? We don't go back over our past to beat ourselves up, but we have to go back to see how we let ourselves down. So maybe there's just a moment or chance for you to heal some of that pain of the past. All right, God, clarify this message of insecurity and grief, God. What do my Pisces need to know to become the alchemist of their lives, to help bring heaven on earth, or just to do magic in public? Make it as plain as possible, God. Angel number 115. Okay. That makes sense. Y'all, this message, makes so much sense. Okay. So, oh my gosh. Okay, baby. I see what's going on here. All right. So, asking you to use your wisdom of your past. Use the wisdom for your past to free yourself from your current circumstances. You are in your current circumstances. You are in your current prism because of your thoughts and how you thought about it. How have you thought about your life? How you went about it? And so God is telling you right now, take the wisdom from that. Take those insecurities. Look at all this pain that you are feeling. Transmute your emotions so that you can come out of this. This overall reading is the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is someone who is grounded in their emotions. You literally see him in the middle of the oceans on nothing but a throne, and he's completely unfazed with his cups in his hand, like he's probably drinking some wine and having a good time. And so that's what God is trying to get you to be. I feel like angel number 1044, you're just this person who is just really afraid to see their emotions, and you don't realize that this fear of you facing your emotions, of really dealing with the things that has happened to you, it's keeping you in prison. Like, it's not allowing you to see the truth of your situation. And so God is asking you to take your blindfold off, see the truth of your situation so that you can begin to transmute some of your pain. Contributing to this King of Cups and your insecurities is the Five of Pentacles. And as you can see, it's two women out in the cold. And so the issue is what's kind of contributing to you being feeling so insecure, and it's stopping you from transmuting your pain, is that you feel like you're like, you feel like this is what you deserve. You feel like, nobody's going to love you. Nobody thinks that you're worthy. You don't feel like you have a place to go. And God is saying that's not the case. God is asking you to take a moment to pause and to look at your life from a different point of view. He's asking you, instead of you looking as though, nobody has your back, everybody has let you down, people have let you out in the cold, he's asking you to completely change your point of view and transmute these emotions. Become the King of Cups. What if everything happened to you so that you could be the person that you are today? I'm going to say that again. What if everything that happened to you was so that you can become the person that you are today? My childhood was not the best childhood that it was supposed to be. Like, my mom, I feel like I haven't really been mothered. I feel like I'm still at 31 years old teaching myself how to feed myself properly, how to, take care of my house, how to clean properly, like at 31 years old, because I never got that guidance from childhood. And instead of just being like, oh my God, I ain't gonna never, I'm just like, yeah, like, wow, like, look at me now. Like, look at me now. Instead of me constantly dwelling on how my parents didn't support me, or I didn't have the right major or anything, I realized that my life, literally everything that I have been through, it made it happen so that I can be who I am today. And now I feel like I have a cheat code. See, that's what happens when you transform your emotions. That's when you look at the demon in the eye and you face your fears. You realize that you're way more powerful than you are. And you realize, oh shit, like, I'm actually like the cheat code, Like, I look at my childhood and it's like, it's so many lessons, which means so many movies, so many story ideas that I have. All because of my childhood. And that's not even getting to the life that I'm going to live, the experiences that I'm going to have. I'm going to have more experiences and more feelings and more emotions that I'm going to have to transmute and overcome. Nothing is ever happening to us. It's always happening for us. And that's what God's trying to get you to understand. Also, contributing to your feelings of insecurity is the Five of Cups. And so it's like, it's so much of these. We're going to look up Angel 55 as well. Change. God is trying to completely change your life. Underneath this, God is asking you to overcome guilt so that you can complete this cycle. But right now, you're out. You feel like you're out in the cold and you're crying over spilled milk. You're looking so much about everything that didn't go right for you, all the people who let you down, and you're not even seeing the two cups that are still upright. You're not even seeing the blessings that came out of all of that stuff happening in your life, because you're just so focused on the bad. And so God is asking you this month to really truly become the Empress, to really grieve this, to really transmute this, and to get yourself in a brand new cycle. It's going to be necessary for you to feel your feelings. It's going to be necessary for you to feel like why you feel like people don't support you, why you feel like you're out in the cold. It's going to be necessary for you to flip and change your perspective. It's going to be necessary for you to stop crying over spilled milk and to become the empress of your life and see that every single thing that has happened in your life has happened to lead you to this moment of breakthrough. I think we just read that there is no adversity without a given cure. And so if anything has not been going right in your life, God is asking you not to say, oh, this isn't for me, but to redefine yourself. Maybe you've been working on an endeavor. Maybe you've been working as a creative and you've been working very, very hard and you haven't been seeing the tangible benefits of it. Maybe instead of working harder or putting yourself out there on social media or spending money on some unnecessary bullshit, maybe instead of thinking about all these external things, you go internal and you ask yourself, how do I really feel about myself? Because if you're creating from a place of lack, how can you attract greatness? How can you attract the resources that are for you? Right? Okay. So let's be mindful. Like we have to realize that we are vibrational beings in a vibrational universe, or spiritual beings in a spiritual universe. So anything that is not going properly is not about any going outside of ourselves, but it's about going inside and figuring out, okay, what's not going right. And I had to realize, and I'll say it for myself, I had to realize that when I was on social media and when I was, really getting deep into like promoting myself, being shameless Maya and all that stuff. That's how people get us fucked up, because we take other people's journey and think it's supposed to be ours, but that's Maya journey. That's not your journey. Anyways, that was a random tangent, but that was for somebody. But what God is trying to get us, the way I had to understand was that I was putting myself out on social media because I felt, if I was being honest with myself, I felt like I had to get people to understand me and to buy into it. And I felt like, and I did feel that way. Like it was like, please, please. Like every time I was posting, it felt like it was a please. And now I'm just like, fuck that. Like I'm not about to beg people to understand me. I'm not even about to worry about people getting me. I'm not about to be fighting with these algorithms and have social media trying to drive me fucking crazy. No, fuck that. God works on the internet as well. So what I've decided to do is to say, I'm not worried. My job is to show up and to do the work. God's job is to bring the people and attract the resources for me. Same thing for you. Your job is to go in, do the work, whether it is physical, which is working on your business plan, working on your manuscript, working on your CD, whatever it is, working on your designs. If it's something like that, then just do the work. Just focus on doing the work and getting your work to a place to where you need to go to the next step. Don't worry about who the customers are, how people are going to attract for you. Just do this step of doing the work and feeling good and like building yourself up. Naturally, all those things will come into your life. Just shut the fuck up. All right, God, clarify this message of insecurity and grief. What do my Pisces need to know about transmuting their pain so that they can become the empress of their lives? How can they release these issues of the past, change their perspective, free themselves from their personal place of imprisonment so that they can have a brand new cycle? How can they die from the demons of the past? I have two devil cards like staring up at me, so a lot of toxic beliefs, like you just chained to your past, chained to negative ways of thinking, and God is just asking you to release all of that so that you can truly get to the life that is for you. Okay, God, give us just a tool that we can use, one tool that we can use to overcome. Angel number 1912, and this could not be more better. The card that came out, is my intention to unwanted attracts more unwanted. For every pleasing thing, there is an unpleasing counterpart. For within every particle of the universe that is wanted, as well as the lack of that is which is wanted. When you focus upon the unwanted aspect of something in an effort to push it away from you, it only brings it closer, because you get what you give your attention to, whether it's something you want or not want. It is up to you on what you put your focus on. And so that's what God is saying. Look at this. I have literally two devil cards coming up. So God is saying, stop focusing on a negative thing. Like, I feel like you're just, I hate to say it, I feel like you're just like a very negative person. Like, I feel like you just think negatively about yourself and about life. And like when stuff happens to you, you're just like, oh yeah, of course it'll happen because I'm such a fucking idiot. Like, I really feel like you have that attitude. And so God is saying, it doesn't matter how much you create or how much you paint. If you genuinely feel this way inside, or even if you do attract an opportunity, you're going to attract an opportunity that's going to take advantage of you. You're going to attract a negative opportunity. So it's important for you to deal with your insecurities, deal with the things that are keeping you up inside, keeping you up late at night. So, and grieve your past and, like completely transmute it so that you can get the Ace of Pentacles. Walk away from these, the conflict and the chaos and all of that stuff so that you can get the life that's for you. And the last card that God wants you to know is I can earn money doing what I love. So I feel like maybe your mom has told you that, creatives don't make money, or, you trying to be a musician is just, you always been a dreamer. That's just for dreamers, or you're not being realistic. You need to go get you a job in a plant and get steady money and blah, blah, blah. Don't listen to that bullshit. And it's not saying that your mom is a horrible person, but you have to realize that your mom is from a different generation. And so if you're going to do your work with your mom in the back of your ear, your attention to unwanted is going to just attract more unwanted. So God is saying, please, you're at a cycle where you can break from all of this negativity. You can break from all this bullshit, and you can really, truly earn a living doing what you love. I'm going to read this. As you practice your more positive, better feeling story, in time, your pleasure will become the dominant vibration within you. And then as you couple your pleasure with your means of earning, the two will blend perfectly and enhance each other. There's no better way to earn money than to do the things you love. Money can flow into your experiences through endless avenues. It is not the choice of your craft that limits the money that flows, but only your attitude towards the money. So what God is saying, he doesn't give a fuck what you want to do. He don't care if you want to, let me give you a very simple example. How many sandwich shops is there? There's Subway, there is Subway, Jimmy John's, Potbelly's, Quiznos, like, if all these different fucking sub places can exist, why can't you do what you want to do? If all these different water companies can exist, why you can't do what you want to do? If all these different hair companies can exist, why can't you do what you want to do? The universe works in abundance. So God is saying, if you change your attitude towards yourself, if you change your attitude towards life, if you change your attitude towards how you earn money in your craft, you will naturally, naturally attract all the resources into you. But if you're going to keep allowing your insecurities to lead, you're going to keep allowing grief to weigh you down, and to keep focusing on unwanted, all you're going to do is get more and more unwanted. The choice is really up to you. All right, God, what happens for my Pisces if this month they decide no more? They decide not to allow fear to lead. They take that pause to think about their limiting beliefs. They start to focus on positive aspects of their life and know that they can earn a living doing what they love. What comes for them, God? What comes for them if they take this meeting? You may travel or host an overseas traveler soon. Either way, great social fun exists. And so what God is saying is that this may not be, this may not even be a physical travel. Like, this may be for some of you guys, because there's also water here. There's water here. This girl looks like she's about to go on a trip. They look like they're on a move. So it could be you actually physically traveling. Maybe you want to go on a trip. Maybe you've been thinking about doing things, or you've been wanting to have a different, we've been in quarantine for a while. So maybe you want a different change of space. I feel like what God is saying, you go through this process of like shifting your vibration and your attraction and your attention. This could be the trip of your lifetime. I really feel that way. And then for other of you, it's not about like, you going to this physical place, but God is saying that you can travel, you can move, you can break the curse, and you can move out of this cycle. So to clarify this message, God is saying that Pisces, he really wants you to transmute your pain. He wants you to stop. He wants you to think about all the ways that you feel like you are out in the cold. He wants you to take a moment to stop, look at things from a different perspective, to stop focusing on the unwanted and all the things that have went wrong, to really truly free yourself from these personal imprisonments that you have put on, that you have put yourself in. If you allow yourself to transmute your pain, you will be able to end this cycle and be able to become the empress, knowing that you can earn a living doing what you love. But as always, the choice is up to you. So what are you going to do? And it could be a nice little trip overseas for you. So angel number 25, 10. Pisces, that's all the messages I have for you. If you made it to the end of this reading, please give me a thumbs up. If not, give me your key takeaways down below. Until we meet again, please, please, please create consciously, choose wisely, and until namaste. Until we meet again, dream those dreams, never let the internet rush you, and never ever let someone tell you what you cannot do. Y'all, I gotta get this ending together. I gotta get it together. I'm gonna get it together. Bye.